Hi, this is Dawn Barkley, and I am here in beautiful Cancun, Mexico at the Moon Palace Hotel, and I am covering InteleTravel Quest 2023, which is the 29th annual conference for the InteleTravel host agency. And I am here with Tara Minson, who is the Executive Vice President of InteleTravel, and we're going to be talking about the right people to join InteleTravel and what InteleTravel can do for you if you do join. And this is Insider Travel Report. So, Tara, thanks so much for joining me.
No, thank you for coming. It's been great having all this media at our event. We've been doing it for so long, and honestly, sometimes when you do something for so long, you forget, like, oh, well, let's talk about this. Let's tell people what we're doing. So we're happy you're able to be here.
Perfect. So let's start with you and your background. You've been with InteleTravel for how long and in what capacities?
Many different capacities, but just over 16 years. And I pretty much involved in every single area, from training, from education, to events, to marketing, to social media. And it's funny, over the 16 years, it's changed and evolved so much. So events weren't what they were 15 years ago. Marketing wasn't what it was 15 years ago. So I've never gotten bored.
So since you did bring up events, I understand that you all chartered a Carnival cruise ship and had 3,000 agents on it. Let's talk about that.
We did. I'm not going to lie. It was scary signing that charter contract. We were looking at how much we were literally being committing to, but it was great. It was great. We made history, I believe, we're the only agency to actually charter an entire cruise ship. I won't say much, but I don't think it's going to be the last time it's going to happen because it was really valuable for our agents. It is a big area of their business that they sell. And it's funny how many of our attendees that come to conference and they sell a ton of land, but they've never actually been on a cruise, or they sold some cruise, but they've never been on a cruise. So to give our attendees that opportunity to just mix up the venues. We're all at so many conferences at some point, and, you know, they're all sort of the same, valuable in their own way, but they're all sort of the same. So to change the venue for them and be able to do a conference at sea and take over the entire ship was really cool.
Yeah, I think that would be fantastic. So for the agents out there watching, the advisors, who's the perfect person to come to InteleTravel? Who's your target person?
That's a hard question because it's anybody and everybody. We don't discriminate, you know, whether you have no travel experience, whether you have some travel experience, whether you just wish you could travel more, or you're passionate about travel. So it's anybody. The education, it is our responsibility. We understand that we are naturally bringing a lot of new blood into the industry, new blood back into the industry, younger demographics. So it is our responsibility to make sure that we are training, giving the proper education, creating that breadcrumb trail for anybody to become successful in selling travel. So as long as you are passionate about travel, you enjoy travel yourself, you are willing to put the time in, because it's not easy. You know, even our training, you know, any training and education in any industry you do, you have to put the time in. And then it doesn't seem like work. You know, when you're learning and talking about travel, it doesn't seem like work. But it's follow our trail, our advice, our education, our training, and it's easy. So anybody truly, I have seen and heard more success stories from our agents that have blown me away on their background, from, you know, highly educated to government jobs to, you know, being a teacher to being a stay-at-home mom to never even completing college. And it's just success comes in every single shape, form, and facet. And that's our job, is to bring it out in everybody.
So what percentage would you say of your advisors were agents before, as opposed to coming in fresh?
It's hard to tell. We don't ask that question because, again, it's part of us not judging whether you've had previous experience or you're brand new. So we don't really ask, but we can take a guess on stories that we hear. It's not a large percentage, but there's a good amount of agents that come from either they previously had a brick and mortar agency years ago. They were so passionate about travel, they just couldn't make it work anymore for them. So they decided to try this home-based model. They took a few years off, maybe to have kids or, to raise their kids or their grandkids. Or yes, perhaps they were with another agency and they left. So we don't really know the exact number and answer, and it's okay, but they're out there.
Yeah. And so you get them. How do you cultivate their passion? Other than, I know you said education, and I know I was interviewing James, and he was talking about 402 webinars and 40 events. And how else do you cultivate their passion and grow their talent?
It's funny. As large as, our agency is, and everyone likes to talk about that number, and size does matter, don't get me wrong, but it's really the size of the volume that they're booking. So I would say, in addition to the education, to the events, to the training, it's really getting to know our agents. It is our ambassador program. So it's really hard when you get to, 60, 70, 80,000 agents. How do you get to know 60, 70,000 agents? You do, because we have an amazing ambassador program, and they are sort of our front lines, an extension of our training team. So they're the ones that are also with us, getting to know what our agents need, what maybe they're passionate about, but they never considered it a passion, what maybe groups they have right under their nose that they never really thought that they can go to and form, a group vacation, book a group vacation with. So it's learning and understanding our advisors whenever and wherever we can, as much as we can, and pulling it out of them. Because sometimes it takes somebody else to sort of tell you what you might be really good at, or what they see in you that you maybe don't see in yourself.
Perfect. So how does somebody qualify to become an ambassador? Because I understand that that's a volunteer position.
It is. It's not entirely easy. So there is about depending on how fast you do it and how much time you put into it or can put into it, there is a 3 to 6 month program that we have. It is a one-on-one dedicated training with our VP of training. And it's a series of tests. Not only do you have to do all of the InteleTravel basic education, the agent education, you have to be certified in certain areas and industry partners, general partners overall. But the truth is, we're testing in the ambassador program, we're testing 2 other specific areas, is that their presentation skills, because they are going to be out there training other agents and helping other agents, their troubleshooting skills. So when someone comes to you with a problem, how are you going to handle it? Are you going to panic? Are you going to throw up your hands and say, I don't know, ask somebody else? So your willingness to help resolve and train other agents. So it's an intense program. There are many that start the program, didn't maybe realize the intensity of it or how much they have to put into it, and maybe don't complete it. But those that do complete it, they're amazing. They amaze us every single time. I just watch them present in a panel of them, and they blow me away. And again, all volunteer work. They're doing it because they are just passionate about not only travel, but helping other people sell more travel and become more successful in their travel business. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Why, you've got a lot of people watching, why should somebody choose InteleTravel if they're looking at host agencies? And what are the questions that they should be asking?
What are the questions? Who should be asking them?
Somebody who's unaffiliated, who's looking to join a host agency. What should they be asking of a host agency like yours so they can make an intelligent decision?
Sure. I think the training and education is important, because if they're already with an agency, they may have a basic understanding of the industry or certain partners. And then it's the partners. What are your relationship with preferred partners? And I think that's also pretty vital to our, success of our agents, is the relationship with our preferred partners. We look for partners that don't do the same old presentations. That it isn't like a rinse and repeat conference for them or a rinse and repeat webinar for them. They understand the potential of the InteleTravel agent, so they're looking to engage with them more. They're looking to connect with them more, and then obviously train with them and think outside the box. So our relationship with our partners are amazing, all of our travel partners. And then I think it's our technology. That's also something that we don't outsource. And I'm sure you've heard other people say it, but we punch above our weight class when it comes to technology. We are a, host travel agency first and foremost, of course, but probably the second biggest line item in our budget year over year is our tech. So we own our own tech because we have the ability to control, to troubleshoot, to only focus on the partners that, we want to focus with, that are, engaging with our agents, that are investing in our agents. So owning our own technology is also something that I think is unique to us that, I'm not sure a lot of other hosts have in the way that we have it. So if that's something that somebody's looking for, I think that's something that also separates us. So,
and speaking about things that other host agencies don't have, I was really interested in this IntelePerks program that you're starting, because that seems to benefit both advisors and their clients. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we're super excited about that. So still new, not all of our agents at conference right now are sort of getting the sneak peek on it, but it is in the work. It's a loyalty program. And I feel like even loyalty programs, sometimes they're sort of stale. We're looking to keep it exciting. So we get to determine and work with our partners and be super strategic on what we are awarding points for. It is purely for education, for sales, triggers that we know makes a successful agent. So it's not just, attend any old webinar. It's the webinars, the right partnerships, the right motivations that, we know if agents do will equal their success. So it's a reward on top of a reward. You're going to be successful, you're going to be making travel commissions, you're going to have a successful travel business, and you're going to get some nice awards and perks. And some of the perks are pretty cool, I have to say. I mean, I've seen a lot, but they're tangible goods. Some of them are travel related, but they're pretty cool perks.
Sounded very exciting. So one last question. What's coming up next?
I don't know if I can share everything that's coming up next.
Sure you can.
Well, I think we're always looking to perfect, to build more technology, to do more events. We've got some really exciting new training and sales programs that we're launching right now that we're announcing actually at conference. So always looking for more and better ways to engage with our agents and help them be more successful. So it's not just doing an event and having fun, although this conference is really fun right now, but it's really helping them be more successful. So that's coming up for sure. Again, our awesome partnerships that we've got, always looking to engage with partners that really celebrate our agents and look to align with our goals, like Travel Leaders Network. That was a very strategic, purposeful move. So, there are partners in the industry, too, that all of a sudden they want to engage with us more, and we'll do a lot more creative, marketing and promotions and events with our partners. We have some really awesome announcements for rewarding our currently producing agents. So a brand new recognition program we're launching to. Again, it's going to be announced from stage tomorrow. But that's going to be really exciting. That's an opportunity for us to, the agents that follow the breadcrumb trail, the agents that maybe came from no experience, there's some fascinating stories, by the way, but that are successful in this, and they're already selling the over, $1 million in travel, and I don't think we realize how many of them there are, but we never really rewarded them in a way that we're rewarding them now with this recognition program, because we figured their reward is their commissions, right? Their reward is their commissions with the comma and their paychecks that they're getting and their referrals from their clients, but we're rewarding them in a different way. And then taking their success and sort of reminding other agents of their story and say it's possible. It's not just, a story that is so far out of reach. So our reward and recognition program is also something new that's coming. And I don't know, I feel like we learn a lot from our agents on what they need. So
very exciting stuff. So thank you so much, Tara, for joining me. I really appreciate it. And this is Dawn Barkley, and this is Insider Travel Report.